So today with the gospel, I think there is a line that I think we should take out from this and which should direct our thoughts. And that is the line that goes, win yourself friends who will welcome you into the tents of eternity. Win friends who will welcome you into the tents of eternity. We have this steward who, as you've heard, wasteful of his master's property, and in order to find a home, and we're all looking for home, and we know where our true home is in heaven, in the tents of eternity. So this man, the steward who has been wasteful with this property, tries to find a way to find a new home. And so we have this example of how he basically cheats his master out of the money that's due the master by telling the debtors what they owe is reduced. So and this basically gives the steward, makes people like the steward because he's done something very good for me. He's reduced my debt. I don't have to pay anymore. So this obviously is a very good man. So when he's finished with his work, because he's done this wonderful thing for me, I'll take him into my home. That's the idea behind the steward's thinking. So what Jesus is praising and the master is praising is the astuteness. The astuteness. This man is making sure he has a place to go, that he has a home waiting for him when he leaves this present employment. And for us, this present employment is this place, here and now. Here is our present employment. We are stewards, you and I, we are stewards, okay? And our present employment is here. But we have to leave this place. And so we have to take the example of the steward, not in his dishonesty for lying and cheating. That's not the example that the Lord wants us to follow, but for preparing a place for us, for being smart about getting into heaven. We have to be intelligent about it. This man was intelligent, and often we are not so intelligent. And so he used the things he had access to, the things he was given stewardship over, to make sure he had a place to go. We have to use those things we've been given stewardship over to make sure that we have a place to go. And so the question is, what have I been given to care for, to be steward of? We spoke a little bit last week on this theme. The first thing that you have been given stewardship over, that I've been given stewardship over, is yourself. You are not your own. You do not belong to you. You have been created by God, but not for yourself. It's not about me, myself, and I am the center of the universe. That is not it. You have been created by God, for God. You are created for him. You are his. When we do not have a relationship with God, then we are incomplete. It's like a toy. When we grew up, I've got three brothers and two sisters. We had heaps of toys. And if you want to see our toys, they're still there. My father doesn't like throwing things away. And so we have trunks up in the attic full of toys. What are toys for? What do we have toys for? Playing with. And toys are really toys when they're being played with. These toys are in the attic and absolutely nothing is happening with there. They're just sitting there doing nothing. Folks, we're toys that should be played with, if that makes sense. You and I are not created to sit in a cupboard somewhere doing nothing and have no relationship except with ourselves. We are created for the great child, for God. And we are truly being ourselves, we truly become ourselves when we have that relationship with God. We are His, we are made for Him. So the first thing that we have stewardship over, the first thing we are tasked with looking after is ourselves. And if I am not my own, and I am not my own, then nothing I have is my own. Nothing I have is my own. Everything I have and am belongs to the Lord. You and I, we've been bought and paid for by God. And so what we have is to be stewarded, cared for, everything we have for the Lord. So it really, the money I have, the home I have, it's not really mine. It's not truly mine. It is meant for your use, yes, for the use of your family. Firstly, absolutely, because we have to take care of our family and help them to grow. But at the end of the day, it is for the common good. It is for the good of others. Everything I have is for the good of someone else. It's the common theme in our faith. Always and always we're going to hear about that. It's not about me, it's about you. And it's not about you, it's about your neighbor. Always, always, always. Because love isn't static and internal. It is always looking out to the other. Okay, I've made that point. Lots and lots. Okay, so you and I are stewards. And we are to, as this text says, make friends who will welcome you into eternity. Use the things you've been put in charge of to make friends to welcome you into eternity. So that man was looking for a place, a home to go to. We are looking for a home to go to. Everybody is looking for a home to go to. So he made sure he had a place. He did things so that people would welcome him. So what do we do? How do we make friends? This is the big question. It's about having friends who will welcome us into eternity. That means people, it means getting people into heaven, really. That's what it's about, getting other people into heaven. That's the goal. So that when we get there, these people that we've brought into heaven will be there waiting for us and say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me, to enable me to have faith, so that I would have this place to come to. Thank you. You have taken away my debt. Because of what you did, I'm able to enter into heaven. Thank you. So it's helping people to get into heaven. Use what you have, your money, your time, your talents, whatever you have to help others to get into heaven. That's the goal. That's what St. Paul is talking about in his letter. The Lord wants everyone to be saved and come to knowledge of the truth. Everyone. And so that's what Paul was working towards. He was working towards making friends who would welcome him home into heaven. All the time. That's our goal. If that's our goal, and we've been given these things and ourselves, let us start using them. Let us look to see how I might use the goods that God has given me to win friends.